gotta be honest, people. I wasn't really thinking about reviewing the prequels. Of course, I wanted to review the original trilogy, but I didn't really want to review the prequels because Plinkett said his review very well, why this movie sucks. Chris Duckman gave out merit, so why this movie is not that good. Pretty much every reviewer on YouTube, from Jeremy John to the Flick Pick, gave out very great points of why this movie is not as good as the original trilogy. Right? That's why I didn't really want to review this film, but I did in a way want to review this film to give my own opinion and my own thoughts on Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and Episode 2 and Episode 3, and the original trilogy. So, yeah. But really, like I said, it was really no point for me to review this film, but I wanted to because it's my passion, this is what I do. Of course, I'm leading up to Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So, yeah. But I only do it for you, my fellow subscribers, on my Anthony Jenkins page. I do it only for you. So, let's get started with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I'm gonna give you a heads up, people. I'm gonna do something different with the Star Wars prequels than I do in my other reviews. I'm gonna do something, instead of just breaking down the plot and summarizing it, I'm gonna have what works and what didn't work about this film. Now let's get started on what works with The Phantom Menace. Number 1, lightsaber battles. Don't get me wrong, the lightsaber battles in the original trilogy was mind-blowing. It was amazing. But the lightsaber battles in here are one of the best things about the prequel trilogy, in my opinion. I mean, it's well choreographed, it's very well shot. I like how it was made, especially the final battle between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. That final battle between those three was awesome. It was suspense. It kept me on the edge of my seat, even though people crap on Phantom Menace, which I did in the past. But watching this scene makes me think, well, the Phantom Menace isn't that bad after all. I mean, despite all the crappy dialogue and CGI, which I'll get into later. Yeah, the lightsaber battles in this movie is very awesome. Number 2, Darth Maul. Seeing this character for the first time in Episode 1 scared the living crap out of me. I mean, he has like a more demonic feature to this guy. I mean, this is why one of the things the Phantom Menace worked on is the villain Darth Maul. Number 1, he barely says anything in his dialogue cringeworthy film. Number 2, he has a double-bladed lightsaber. That's freaking awesome. And number 3, there's no number 3. Darth Maul is plain awesome in this film. I mean, the guy, he is a beast. Kicking the crap out of both Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. But in this film, it's just really, like I said, number 1, really awesome. Love that. Darth Maul, he's right up there with Darth Vader. Sorry, I can't remember his name for a second. I don't know why. He's actually my second favorite Star Wars villain, to be honest. I mean, the rest of the villains from Episode 2 and 3, yeah. But Darth Maul, my goodness, Ray Park nailed the role. And then a year later, he also nailed the role as Toad in the first X-Men film. Man, this guy's rolling. Number 3, the pod racing scene. I was entertained by it. What didn't work in The Phantom Menace? Everything! Psych, I'm just playing. But yeah, it's a lot of things that a lot of problems with this film. Of course, a lot of people have the similar problem that I do. So let's get started with that. Number 1, Jar Jar Binks. Need I say more about this abomination of a character? George Lucas, what the heck were you smoking on when you thinking of this character? You were trying to appeal this character to kids? I was never appealed to this character as a young kid. I was actually terrified of this thing. Very terrified. Misa Jar Jar Binks! Misa wanna punch you in the face. That's what Misa is. This abomination got made. This thing. And what's bad about it, he's a marketing whore around this film release. Besides Darth Maul, he's the most marketed character in this film. I mean, what the heck, George Lucas? You made 3 awesome films, had memorable, timeless characters, and then you're gonna downgrade yourself by making this thing. Ugh. Number 2, horrendous dialogue and terrible characters. Need I say more about it? Number 3. More CGI than practical effects. I know it's unfair to judge a movie's effects that came out 16 years ago, but my goodness, the effects in this movie were bad. I'm not talking about the practical effects. Were there even practical effects besides Yoda, which they CGI'd him for the Blu-ray and the 3D releases that this movie got? But my goodness, the CGI for this movie was terrible. For a movie from 1999, it was still bad. I mean, my God, what's this thing? What was this thing? George Lucas, how can he go from the practical effects from the original trilogy that came out in the late 70s or early 80s look more believable than the CGI in this movie? There is a problem. I mean, what's wrong with that picture? Effects from the 70s and 80s look better than the effects from the 90s and early 2000s. What the heck is wrong with that? What is wrong with that picture? George Lucas, get your head out of your butt, please. Number 4, Jake Lloyd. If he would have told me that this little twerp in this film grows up to be one of the most popular, threatening, intimidating movie villains of all time, I would have laughed in your face and called you stupid because I'll buy this little kid being one of the greatest villains of all time when he's older. I don't buy it. Final thoughts on The Phantom Menace. Is this a terrible movie? No. Is it a lackluster film? Yes. Is it the worst thing ever? No. But still, this film is very, very disappointing to all Star Wars fans and to filmgoers out there included. I'm giving Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace a C-. After this, I'm probably going to review the first Rocky film. That's going to be my next review. So stay tuned to that, my subscribers. But if you are new to my channel, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.